A Harrison County home engulfed in flames overnight. The house is a total loss after the massive fire. Multiple fire departments taking hours to dampen the blaze. Coming up. But first, Governor Phil Bryant leading a horde of motorcyclists on a journey to Gulfport today, raising money for wounded soldiers. The 5th annual Governor's Ride for Wounded Warriors of Mississippi left Richland this morning and stopped briefly at Stuckey's in the hub city before heading on to the Gulf Coast. Now, several motorcycle and veterans groups participated, as did local law enforcement officers from different agencies. This year's ride raised about $50,000.
Everyone here contributes and donates and supports our wounded warriors, and these are from Mississippi's wounded warriors. So we appreciate the national organization, what they do, but we want to take care of our own.
To have the Governor's Ride where you can announce it to the rest of the state and everybody can participate, I think it's really good, and especially what the Wounded Warrior of Mississippi Project is doing. They do a lot of good.
And more than 1,000 people hit the pavement this morning for the 24th annual CB Mud Run and Festival in Gulfport. The 5-mile course led runners through chest-high muddy water and other equally messy obstacles. Taryn Reed takes us there. All money raised from this mud run goes right back into the CB base. And the clock is ticking down to the official start of America's largest block party. Cruising the Coast is almost a week away, and volunteers spent the morning packing 9,000 registration bags full of sponsor information, schedules, and maps. More than 600 volunteers have signed up, and they're ready to help at various locations in this year's course. And organizers say that large number of people will be needed. They're expecting another record-breaking year with more than 7,100 vehicles already pre-registered.
For the participants, it doesn't start for another week, but this is our first day. This is our first big gathering of volunteers, and we literally could not do it without every one of these volunteers.
We look forward to it every year. Of course, after it's over, we say, shoo, I'm sure glad that's over, and then we start over, and all right, won't be long, we'll be doing this again. So, and like I said, I've done it so long now, I really enjoy it, or I wouldn't be doing it.
And it's the first day of fall, but it certainly does not feel like it. Are we in for another weekend of summertime weather? Let's go now to meteorologist Eric Janson to find out what's happening right now. Eric? And a Harrison County home engulfed in flames overnight. The home, now considered a total loss, was on Knollwood Drive in Pass Christian. Harrison County Fire Chief Pat Sullivan says the fire started around 1 a.m. and became an inferno not too long after. Officials say no one was inside the house, but neighbors were the ones to notice the fire and called 911. And units from around the coast responded to the blaze, including Harrison County, Pass Christian, Long Beach, and units from West Harrison, Cuevas, Lizana, and CRTC. Investigators from the county and state fire marshal's office are determining what caused this flame. And disaster relief efforts are in high gear as groups across the coast are working to collect and bring supplies to those affected by Hurricane Florence on the East Coast. A group of Hancock County volunteers are coordinating food delivery to the Carolinas. The Kitchen 2 in Waveland will be collecting food and taking donations to buy supplies. The group says they've helped after Hurricanes Harvey in Houston and the 2016 Great Flood in Baton Rouge. And now they're proud to continue bringing support to those in need. And those donations will be greatly appreciated by the people affected in the Carolinas. The reality of the storm is jarring and heartbreaking in some of the hardest hit areas, and some of those affected come from the community of Boiling Springs Lakes in North Carolina. Raycom News Network's Brad Stryker shows us the damage people are still facing and how that community is coming together to rebuild. And for more information on how you can help those affected by Hurricane Florence, you can check out our master post at WLOX.com. And a quarter century of coastal support lacing up running shoes and raising awareness about a deadly disease, plus a delicious celebration of food and culture on the Mississippi Gulf Coast straight ahead.